Welcome to the Strange Take, where we give you some strange takes on some strange topics. Anyways, today I got to experience another great emotion that we're going to talk about today, right? Talking about professions, emotions, all that great stuff. You know, we talk about giants and UFOs. And, oh boy. Jealousy. Now, you ever been that person at work that did the really good job? You're kind of the one that the head boss was like, you over there, cheeky, you really stood out today. What a great feeling, right? Feeling relieved. That was last podcast. But yeah, no, and what a great experience to be, talked up and praised, right? You can probably hear it in my voice, right? Wow. Strange take. Cheeky guy. Sounds like he's in a real good mood today. But there's always the yin or the yang to the yin, right? The yin yang. Yeah. So now you're feeling like a champ, right? A little hop in your step. Then comes the repercussions, right? Hey, Cheeky, how'd your walk go? Oh, good. Yeah, I just wish you'd shut the fuck up, though, because we all wanted to go home, and you were taking up all the time. Ooh, okay. Well, sorry about that, right? Sorry I stood out so much and did such a good job. Sorry that the boss there thought I was the king shit just for the day, at least, right? Tomorrow could be a new day, right? What a great feeling, though, So at first, you kind of go, oh, yeah, you're just jealous of me, right? Jealousy. How about, just being jealous of people, right? Or being the victim of people feeling jealous of you. Let's start off with one at a time. Jealousy. Well, jealousy is that feeling you get when, you're envious or what have you. You're jealous that that person accomplished something or got something done and you see the reward of it and you wish that you got some of that too. Right? It's nothing worse than if a person does deserve that recognition and someone else got it too. But jealousy, How about, being the person when everyone's jealous of that person, right? Jealous maybe something they acquired or something they achieved. People have a really hard time saying, oh, I'm really happy for you, right? And really meaning it, right? Without any want of it themselves, All the time people share their success stories and their personal lives and or they'll come by and they'll check out my new ride, right? It's like, oh, wow, it's gorgeous. Where'd you get that from, right? You got dice in the mirror. Oh, I'm so jealous. But, I've always been raised to be someone who's always happy for people, right? So I never really get jealous or envious, but, there's things, right? Somebody got a bigger, better home or, whatever it might be, right? But the thing being is, if you realize and you understand, that the decisions you make are why you're where you are, then, you shouldn't be jealous. You should know that I'm here in this position because I've put myself here. So I'm happy, right? To see that other person succeed, and to really be in your heart to look at them and say, I'm really fucking happy for you. Now, something that I've learned is people don't like that all the time. They want to see you a little jealous, right? Because they've been surrounded by those kind of things their whole life. So they want to see you looking jealous. They'll say, hey, check out my brand new fishing rod I just got. Look at this bad boy. Triple dibble dap spin casting with the whole 9 yards, right? What a beautiful rod. Spent $1,000 on it. It's like, wow. Oh, I'm really happy for you. What a gorgeous fishing rod. We should go fishing. I'll bring my old my old grandpa's fishing rod ever. I've got lots of fish on it. It's not as fancy as yours, but it does the job, so why would I be jealous, right? I'm happy for you. But, some people, might think of maybe you're having some kind of like weird thoughts if you're like, hey, that's just fantastic. I'm so happy for you. It's like, hey, what the fuck is this all about? Why are they so happy for me? Right? You should be jealous. You should be envious of me. That's why I bought this shit, so people feel like that. Right? Yeah. It's a fucked up world. People have this is a strange take, everybody. And that's the truth. It's a strange take on jealousy, right? And there are those twisted little fucking things. And most people, they'll never admit it, right? Or they don't even know. It's like a biased thing. They don't understand. Like, what do you mean when you say that? It's because I haven't realized. If you sat down and with Dr. Phil, maybe, or Sally, Jesse, Raphael, or Donahue, they'd be able to explain it to you, right? But, yeah, anyways, always reaching for the old school stuff, right? How about jealousy and, like, relationships, being jealous, right? Oh, I'm a fucking jealous guy all the time, right? But I've learned over the years to, jealousy's a good tool, right, at times, but I think that there's a right time for jealousy and a wrong time for jealousy, right? It's one thing, like when you're out with your wife or your partner, your husband, whatever it might be, and, somebody kind of looks at them, checks them out, you're like, oh, a little bit jealous. I'm going to go home and fuck them right now so that they know, I'm theirs, right? When you see other people realizing, or having interest in what you have, especially in a partner, right? Some jealousy can come up there. Some concern, right? We all have trust in the ones we love, of course, but there's always a little bit of jealousy. Especially like, it can be an evil thing. It can be something that starts a lot of sex and then turns into a wonderful time, or it can turn into a mean little argument, right? So, we've talked about already jealousy in the workplace, jealousy in possessions, not jealousy in relationships, right? I guess envy and jealousy. What's the difference between envy and jealousy, right? If you envy somebody, is it that you're jealous or that you just, in this modern world, there's all our little cubicles of emotions, of course, but, fuck, right? Just getting too fucking deep. But I think a lot of people, can be jealous, but I think there's a lot of people who have self-control over that too, and could set a fantastic example of how to deal with a situation that may involve jealousy, be it possession or a partner, or how about when you're young, and 5 guys all have the crush on the one girl and she just picks one of them, and everybody's jealous or envious of that guy. Right? I've seen, when we were young, it was normal watching young guys duke it out like $2 in the bush, right? Punching, kicking each other and stuff over a girl, right? So, or a guy, 2 girls fighting over a guy, or a guy and a girl fighting over a guy and a girl, I don't know, right? I'd always kind of be open here on the strange take, but, and like in religion, right? Jealousy is always like a sin, it's something you shouldn't practice, right? In any religion, that at least, in my tiny little brain, right? So, it's something you should ask yourself, right? Maybe it's one thing to be jealous, like, Gil Galad's got this fantastic body, all the girls envy her and jealous of her. Well, maybe not, right? How about, you look at Captain America, right? Captain America's ass, right? And all the guys are jealous of his fantastic ass, or what, Yeah, anyways. Jealousy is definitely something that can make things, I don't know, really awkward and unpleasant between friends. And not even just friends, but how about like families that are friends, right? Both households are kind of the same, and then one household improves, right? Or people, jealous, and they're like, oh, well, we don't want to hang out with them anymore because, they just bought a new house, or they got a new dinner table. Or, they went down to the big box store and spend $1,000 on groceries or whatever it might be, right? I mean, it could be anything, right? And then again, along with jealousy too, I think it has a lot to do with people's financial brackets, right? But then people who have more money usually work a lot more, so they're jealous of people who make less money and have more time to themselves. People who make less money and have more time to themselves are jealous of people who make more money and have less time to themselves, not more time, like poor people. Well, that's really, we'll call it the fucking fucked up take today, right? But I think it's the truth. I think that there's a lot of factors that come in and help jealousy grow and thrive and become part of our day, you know, or our emotion about somebody or a situation. Well, like kids, right? You know, I kind of saw firsthand with my own son. Got him the bunch of brand new video game stuff. It's kind of whole setup. Like you see them kids on YouTube, they're real spoiled, right? And I had a good boy. He's earned everything he's got, right? So I don't really look at it like that. But he got all his new gear, and then, you know, Christmas time right there. And he bought some with his own money, and he's got this really cool setup. And all of a sudden he's showing all his friends, and next thing you know, he's kind of bummed out. And I'm like, why are you bummed out? You got all this brand new cool stuff. You should just be having the time of your life. Oh, you know, Dad, everybody's saying mean stuff. And I'm like, well, why, right? And he kind of shared the story, and I'm like, well, it sounds like they're all a little bit jealous, right? You know, sometimes when you get a bunch of new things, like, you shouldn't really maybe talk about it as much because it's for you, not for them, right? But when you go telling them all about it, yeah, you're happy, you're sharing your excitement, your happiness, but some people would say, well, you're gloating, or you're bragging, right? Showing off. And that makes people jealous. And the biggest reaction to jealousy is to act mean, say something mean, right? Or not say anything at all, or fade away from that person, right? You know. And then when you get your own nice shit, then you do the same thing. You're like, hey, look at all my new shit all of a sudden, and everybody's, you know, you keep one or two couple friends because everybody's got an experience of, you know, upgrading their life or their possessions or whatever it might be, right? Anyways, fucking jealousy, right? Being jealous about your partner, being jealous about your friends, being jealous about fucking everything, you know, all day long. Or being the person that people are jealous of. And then watching how they change, right? I mean, we're talking, it almost is like your biblical times. Like all of a sudden, you know, you're walking around, the little demons are coming out everywhere saying mean things, trying to take away that good feeling you got, right? Or if it was, you know, like a battlefield, right? You're like, yeah, I won the battle, and then an airplane flies by and drops a bomb on it. Well, this is a ground war, right? You know, but now we lost because, you know, shit changed, right? Now we're jealous. They got airplanes dropping bombs. We don't. But I mean, a lot of things, you know, a lot of ugly and a lot of dirty comes out when people are feeling, you know, jealous. So always remember, you know, if you did something real good for your life and you're real proud of it, you know, you do whatever you want to, right? But just, you know, watch people when you tell them about your big accomplishment or something great you did. And if there are people who are doing that stuff in their life too, then they may not be jealous. They may be, you know, really truly happy for you, right? Well, there will be a couple who will be a little bit jealous. It might be that new dress, or that new cool jacket, or that fast car, or that new fridge, right? That big grocery shop, something you did for someone you love, right? Envy and jealousy. It's always right there. So, that's a strange take on that today, everybody. We'll get back to some fun stuff next podcast. Yeah, till then, everybody take care. This is The Strange Take.